apparently Cher. Well, you can talk about it that when you probably know a little bit more about it than me.
No, it's in surface level from here for me as well. Long story short, what made us have this decide to talk about this is because as of recent, what's her name?
The Cher?
No, her. What's the name's ex-boyfriend? Who was Wiz Khalifa married to for a period of time and had two
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose's ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
After breaking up with her, got with Cher. Okay, and there's a severe age gap. There's a 40-year age gap. Yeah. She's 76 years old, and he's 36.
Money. Ain't got money.
And he's how old?
36. And apparently they're dating.
That mean when she was his age, he wasn't even born.
Bro, like she's probably going through menopause before he was born, bro.
Yeah, before she was his age, he wasn't even born. Like, golly. God.
That's terrible.
The question is to y'all is how do y'all feel about age gap dating from both sides? Male, older male, younger male, female, older female, younger male. How do y'all feel about both sides? Okay. I'll go first, nigga.
That nigga said, I volunteer as tribute.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, dude. I'm talking shit. I was trying to cut you off. Go ahead.
If it's an age gap like that, then I guess they both grown. They know what they're getting. Bro. They know what they're getting into.
That's weird, bro. 40 years.
They both.
They can probably blowing her back the fuck out.
Bro, she could be that nigga great grandma.
Hold up, child. Hold up, shit.
She could be his great grandma, bro.
My implant, baby. My implant, baby. You heard my implant.
Oh my god, bro. That motherfucker making the fucking screws in her hips grind, nigga.
Nigga said I was her crib and started wig collection, black.
Yo, check it out,
that's
man.
That's probably how it sound.
God, bro, come on,
bro.
Okay.
Oh God.
I don't really feel any kind of way about age gap dating between men or women on either side. I don't feel any kind of way. One thing I do, the only time it really bothers me is if the age is too young. So
yes, okay,
if it's too young, then I obviously got a problem with it, and that's either way.
I got something for you when you're done.
But I understand why people perceive it the way that they perceive it when it comes to men versus women, because it's just from a biological standpoint, it's kind of just how shit is, because younger women usually like older guys from a biological standpoint, because for one, guys that are older than them are most times they're either more well off or more financially successful than they are. They are wiser. They're able to just mold them into a different kind of person. Now, a guy compare that to a guy that's her age. Let's say this is a girl that's in her 20s. She compare the guy that's in his 30s versus a guy that's 20, 23 alongside her. He's probably in college. He's probably still lazy. He probably still got a lot of growing up to do. So when you make that comparison, obviously the older guy looks more attractive. And so it makes sense. Logically, that makes sense. But for women, this is where, that same logic falls apart, because younger guys, if you're a young guy, you're gonna try and go for the finest woman in the world. And when you like most times when you're young, you're going after the chicks that are between the ages of 18 and 25, because they're at the peak of beauty. Obviously men are visual creatures, so that's just naturally what they're gonna go for. Now,
okay.
Yeah, and now in times where guys choose to go for older women, that's an acquired taste. This is not something that happens very often. If it's not that, then it's just the older woman being a sugar, a sugar mama.
I don't know. Sometimes Miss Bernice be doing it. Like she be working it.
But see, that's the thing though. Like I can't imagine, outside of there being like a physical attraction, I can't imagine there being anything fruitful from an older woman dealing with a younger guy. And I'm just talking about 20s. I'm talking about 20s, because that's usually where the arguments start coming in. This kind of stuff between Cher and what's the name now, that's a little different because he's 36. But still, it's a little unusual. But As far as how I feel about age gap dating,
I say whatever floats your boat. Don't let me sink your ship.
Hey, that's how I feel. I mean, like unless the girl or guy is under 18, under 20, then I won't raise any eyebrows.
All right, right. So let me tell y'all the perception of how it looks on both sides, right? So the older male, this is how it looks from the opposite sex, right? Mm-hmm. So the older male and the younger female, you look like a pedophile from the opposite sex. The older females dating the younger guys, you look like a loser to the opposite sex. This is how it's perceived, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Older female, younger dude, you look like a loser because it's like, why you can't get a man your age? Why you can get a man? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look. This is how I look at it, right? There is a maturity level that comes with age, right? Right. Now, you can say beauty and all that. Younger women, they're more beauty.
It's a maturity level that's supposed to come with age.
Yes. But I'm saying that's the whole ideal of it, right? That's what you a normal person will be thinking. Like, how mature is this 23-year-old, right? Maybe not. Maybe some people don't care about that shit. Maybe not. So, but me personally, I will be thinking if I'm 38, 35, and I'm talking to a 23-year-old or a 24-year-old or a 25-year-old, how mature is this 24, 25, 23-year-old? You know what I'm saying?
Probably not very mature at all.
Probably not very mature.
Yeah, or what is it he's just looking for? Is he just looking for something like that? Like,
yeah, or is he just because I mean, trying to get somebody his age would be a lot more difficult to have kids with.
True. It is about what he's looking for, but this is how I'm looking at it, right? What as a man, what does an older man have in common with a younger woman, right? It kind of become a daddy-daughter dynamic, right? To me personally, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just how I feel about it. It may not be that some people like, oh, it could work out. Yeah, it could work out, but to me, it feels like it just feels
like daddy issues.
Like maybe a little bit, and it feels like a daddy-daughter ordeal. Because I've dealt with the youngest I've dealt with maybe somebody maybe 5 or 6 years younger than me, right? Mm-hmm. So that's probably the youngest I've dealt with. Like, and I saw the clear difference in maturity and probably just basic conversations that we were having, and I was like, this is we're not relating here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I feel you.
Yeah, we're not relating.
Shit's not clicking right now.
Like, it's not clicking because we on two different
wavelengths.
We get two different places at the time. You know what I'm saying? When you 23, you do 23-year-old shit. Everybody been 23 before. When you 23, you do 23-year-old shit. You still a kid, honestly. Me, I feel like you a kid.
Yeah, a fucking kid. Yeah, no, I can agree with that because the biggest gap as far as dating for me was about 4 years, and so there was just a clear difference. Don't you remember the silly shit that girls would do when they were younger? You know, early 20s, they do stupid shit like if they upset, they'll hop out the car and start walking, even though y'all are obviously miles away from the fucking house.
Definitely,
and expect me to come and chase you.
Yes.
And like just fuck games, just bullshit.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or like making it seem like you mad at somebody on purpose just so you could get some either makeup sex or whatever the case may be. Or just talking to too many motherfuckers at one time. Because obviously you young and sexually promiscuous. But yeah, no, there is a huge difference. And for a girl that lacks maturity as well, I can imagine, that going south real fast
for a man, especially a man that got. It's like this. I think for a man that got something going on, and then a woman that's 23 that really ain't got nothing to lose, kind of a dangerous game. So if you're dealing with somebody that ain't got nothing to lose, rather than dealing with somebody around your age who got stuff to lose, maybe she may have a kid. Maybe she may have a decent job. Maybe she had things going on where it's like, if I lose this could probably fuck up my ordeal that I got going on here. A 23-year-old, you really ain't got much to lose at that age unless you didn't set yourself up already for some shit. But most of the time, you dealing with somebody who just like, honestly, they will fuck your whole shit up and not care. Because they like, well, I ain't got no skin in the game, so
what? I ain't got no skin in the game.
You feel me? So they will do that, and I've heard a lot of times. And y'all can't. I didn't heard dudes at
I ain't got
work.
no skin in the game. That's like some old school 70s shit right there. I ain't got no skin in the game. Smooth that cat daddy.
You feel me? So I didn't heard dudes at work coming to me like, man, I can't keep messing with these young girls, bro. They just wild. They doing too much of this and that. Like, cause they ain't got nothing to lose.
They don't.
They like, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna fuck your shit up because I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna call your phone all day, every day. Fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? When you come around, I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm gonna do all kind of shit to fuck your day up.
They think it's cute.
Now, from the now, how about this? Is there anything that would cause either one of you to date an older woman? Let's say you're not your age now. You're
I ain't gonna say I ain't thought about it.
I have.
I ain't gonna say I never thought about it. Like I thought about it. Like yeah, I've seen some older women that I've found attractive, but I never thought to date one. Like
right.
Because I always think about my mom, and I'm like, I would not date nobody around my mom age. That's so weird to me. Like,
not seriously date.
That's what I'm saying. When I think about older women, I think about like my mom's age.
And what do we mean by older? Like,
right? What's older? Like 10 years, 12 years, 6 years, 8 years. Like,
we'll see how old is too. How old is too?
My limit was 4 years.
Okay, all right. So somebody that's 6 years older than you.
6 years.
6.
That was tough. That might be tough. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, tough.
Well, that could be you 30, her 36, so that might not be bad. But
check this out though. Like
that
when we was younger.
That would completely depend on relatability. Like if we can relate on a lot of stuff, then all right.
I remember when we was younger, and like I'm talking about way younger. Like remember we was like maybe 14, 15, and we was attracted to girls that was like 17, maybe 18, shit, maybe even 19.
But that was different though because the girls that age were developed.
Right. I'm just saying, like it's funny how that changes.
Oh yeah.
It's funny how that changes. Like because I mean, obviously.
14, yeah, look at the 16, 17 year old.
I remember being in. Oh my god, I remember being in 9th grade, bro, and it was fine. Man, I swear to God, bro, fine women in 12th grade, and you're just doing stupid 14-year-old shit to try and get their attention.
Yeah,
let me go outside and flip.
Fuck outside and flip. Hell yeah,
flip in front of everybody, make everybody look at me.
Nah, about doing hand no, hand no, nigga.
Exactly. Yeah.
You talking about doing hand no.
Fuck everybody up with it.
I don't know, man. I mean, personally, I ain't got no issue with it. Like, if for whatever reason,
if you go for that, it seems it's weird stuff for me. Who dudes who just like I done had conversations with dudes, bro, and they give off weird vibes to me, bro, because they tell me about like. I'd be like, oh, how old is your girl? Oh, man, she's 23, and this nigga like 37 and shit. And I'd be thinking to myself, like, I'd be asking them, like, you know, what's the correlation to like, what's the thought process in them dating the 23-year-old? And it's never nothing that makes sense. It's always like
physical. Not even
it's physical, but then it seemed like more of like, well, I can control her, so.
You know I mean, think about it. Like you know how stuck in your ways you gotta be to be a woman that's 37 that ain't got no kids, ain't got no nothing. You probably got a job and all that other shit. But
I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I can understand in a kind of, but I mean, if you feel that way, then how you feel about it? Like, do you still have those same feelings with people back in the day? Because the people back in the day, this was regular shit.
It was different because it was roles being played back in the day. Like everybody had roles.
So you're saying because there's no roles now, or at least roles are not defined, that age gap dating is an issue?
Yeah, it is, because to a younger, especially a young, now older chick, it's even worse. But especially to a younger 23-year-old who do not have no defined role, she gonna do, like I said, she gonna fuck your shit up, bro, because she ain't got nothing to lose.
All right, so you saying that back in the 70s and 60s that she wouldn't fuck your shit up?
Maybe not as quick. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as quick.
Oh God!
Like there were things being taught. There were things being taught to women.
Information is a motherfucker, boy. I'll tell you, it is a motherfucker, boy.
It was different. Yeah, no. I mean, it makes sense. I can understand that, because I mean there were such boundaries around. Like shame was a fucking thing back then. So
yeah, it was.
Like trying to bust the windows out of a nigga car back in the 60s and 70s. you be considered crazy, and that would just be it. Like that stigma would be attached to your ass for the rest of your life. Now you busting windows out of a nigga car, bitches get on Facebook like, yes, bitch, yes.
Right. I wonder what he did. I wonder what he did.
I'm telling you, bro. You get
hey, you know what that remind me of? You know what that remind me of? Man, on Boondocks, man, it's like, man, they just shot this nigga and shot a deuce on him just right there in the middle of the street. It just made me think, man, what did he do to deserve that? I'm like, what the fuck? I just shot a deuce on my man's.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was right.
No, it's all good. It doesn't make sense to me how back then, of course, it was different, and now a woman being just violent and just totally just
I don't know, because now
uncontrollable.
You can make songs about it.
Motherfuckers praise it. I don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, fortunately, I ain't never. Well, that's a lie. I've had somebody
freedom, I can't lose.
I think we didn't cover this.